Hello everyone and welcome to the winners bracket finals of the third official GDSL tournament. Now, these games were played a while ago, but a lot of you asked for them, so I decided to put them up anyway. The first game we had some technical difficulties, so there was no sound, and I decided I'll just recast and edit it later, add it to the original cast. So yeah, here we go. We have GKT spawning in the top corner and leaked investors in the bottom. For GKT we have Teal Terran, Sucks. We have Tris spawning as Purple Terran, and we have me, Kachar, spawning as Blue Zerg. And in the bottom we have Jurzal on Pink Terran, we have Nova, you can see him here, he's the yellow Protoss, and Green Terran is Temilian. So the matchup is TTZ against TPT. Now the plan was, because we thought that they will assume we're gonna tier 2 the Protoss, so we're gonna go tier 2 on the Terran against Protoss. Here we can see, okay, here we can see the scan from Imsux. Actually that was a scam from me, and then Jurzal sold the units trying to trick Imsux into building something else, but our original plan, I'm getting back to it, was that we're gonna just make them think we're going tier 2 on the middle Terran, so against Protoss, and then actually Sucks will save 100 and he will go tier 2 and make lips. So we wanted Jurzal to go full Reaper Marauder, and then we can stack the lips into next wave and try to win that way. Because if we went tier 2 on this Protoss Terran, we would actually help them stack by letting the Protoss go Stalkers and then just blink back on the leak from the first wave, because they can oversteam, and then they stack and kill us and they push us, and then it's really hard for us to come back. So yeah, that was our game plan, and from here on out I'll just pretend that I don't know what's going on this game. I wasn't a part of it, and I'm watching it for the first time, just to help with the viewer experience. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so we have Teal Terran. He went for the lib, and now there's nothing that shoots up from pink. That lib's gonna have a field time with his army. He's just shooting down, pam, pam, pam. He's gonna re-siege, trying to stack for the next wave. He's out of range, but he can just dance there, and he will help now with the yellow wave. So he got one shot off on the sentry, but yeah, purple won't have a problem with this. I think that, like, the yellow over mid stalkers, he has +1 on that bio. Like I said, yellow over mid stalkers, he was expecting tier 2 from purple, so in that case the stalkers would be great, but not against bio. Now we have some bios blue is trying to hit, but not very good at it. He's missing, but there's like a lot of stuff, and that usually just wins. Okay, he's trying to hit the bio now. Will he land? Okay, yeah, those were a little better. Yeah, I would say those were quite good bios there on the side. Okay, so we have only 3-4 Marines. They're trying to get to the lips, but were not successful. Those fat marauders are just getting in the way. And here we go. Will there be an anti-armor? Yeah, there's an anti-armor missile and siege on the stalkers. Yellow got blink, so his ground army is a little weaker right now, and he probably won't be able to take care of this big bio ball from purple. We have green saving the cannon just in time. There we go. But now he had to re-siege, and half of his army will be dead before this lip starts shooting. He also had to re-siege on one of them, but there's a lot of them. I mean, not a lot, it's 3 and they're spread, so it's hard for the Ravagers to hit everything. Okay, he still got 2 down, 2 out of 3, not the worst. so there's one lib now trying to turn the tide. Oh, there was some nice Reapers on the side. They distracted the Marines, and the libs were on the other side, so they could kill them while they were walking towards the other corner. And yeah, now Yellow's forced to blink in to kill those libs, and while he was doing it, he lost half the army to that bio. The bio is really overpowered here with that split army and blink investment. Okay, so that lib is a little out of place. He's trying to hit. Oh well, he's hitting. Yeah, he's having a good time over there. But that good time got interrupted by the mutas. Okay. Oh, there's a cell. There's a big cell from the pink. He went full Raven. Let's see. But I got it on good authority that there was a scan from Teal and he saw the cell, so he made Marines this round. And let's see, can the Marines kill all the Ravens, or will the turrets be good enough? Nope. No, Marines got them. So yeah, that was unfortunate. It was a good cell. It's very unexpected at 6 minutes. Before you lose the cannon, not many people would even consider a move like that. So yeah, respect to the pink Terran. It was unfortunate with the scan. Like if Teal didn't get the Marines, all those Raven would stack. So yeah, great plays on both sides. And now there's a problem because Blue is pushing into double, like kinda similar army, and that's a wet dream for Zerg. Like the problem with Zerg is that it's hard to make an army yourself that will fight two different types of armies. So let's say you're fighting air, and then the other guy makes stores, and then you're like, ah shit. You know, then you have to cover two different types of army. Okay, so I like this move from Yellow. He is just completely avoiding the Lips with his Blink Stalkers. He just blinks away, and Lips aren't that great against this army. But there's so much freaking bio from the purple, and he just mowed down the Stalkers. It's okay. So no stack this time from the bottom team. They still have a couple of chances. Okay, oof, is Blue close enough to hit the Nexus? No, the turret stopped the Ravagers. He's trying to hit the turrets now. I think that's a good idea. Okay, but he got some, okay, he got some nice biles on the Ravens. Those biles are AoE for those who don't know, so they are area of attack. They do area of attack damage. And they hit both ground and air, so there's they have a lot of potential in the mid and late game because the ground and air army is stacking on top of each other. Okay, so there's an anti-armor on the top on the perp, but can green reach those lips that are anti-armored? Can they? Let's see. Well, they cleared this, but now there's a full Zerg army, and like I said before, it's double Raven composition, so I'm not sure this is gonna work. Ravens were good back then before the nerf, but not sure good enough, if good enough. So the biles are landing, there's a lot of damage on the Ravens. It's really hard for the bottom team, especially with the Ravens, because the Ravens will all naturally always move front. You can't really control them, except for the abilities. Unlike Lips, which you can dance, like you can siege at max range and then re-siege, keep re-sieging, that's called dancing, and then you know, you can stack with the Nexus and with the next wave. Or you can, let's say, make BCs and blink back. Okay, but here's a nice triple stack. there's a lot of units now for blue to deal with, but they are also low HP. Oh, the mine shots are really good, but they're shroud, so those lips are doing only half of damage. That's what shroud does. It reduces the air attack, air damage by half. Ooh, and those biles did so much damage to the ravens. That's the real problem with this air units that are just going. There's the pathing. It will just allow them to go on top of each other. Yellow blinked front. He tried to save this, but okay. Let's see the shots. Ah, they just miss everything. Yeah. Well, you know that's what happens. It's very hard to land those shots if there's mines and if the purple spreads when you're defending, right? Because you can see here the purple's army is spread. It's very hard to hit that when you're on defense. Like you need to pre-scan, and they're still very hard to hit. Okay, so blue has a free way to Nexus here. He's gonna do a lot of damage. Yeah, he's just biling down the mostly the Nexus, but also the Ravens. If you can, you want to hit both at the same time. That's your wet dream, you know, as biling Zerg. And oh, those were really nice shots. Can they stack here? Let's see, there's a blink in. He's trying to kill those lips really fast, but he got matrixed. Okay, there's still a couple of stalkers. He's gonna clear this, but I'm not sure. Okay, so he dropped the turrets, but now there's no more energy on those ravens, and the bio is really strong here. There's already 2 Thors, and he has range on the lips. He sieged on that Thor. That was max range from Perp's lip. And there's Banes. Banes are really good. They were like really necessary to get against the turrets. Okay, so he's hitting the Nexus, trying to hit the Nexus. Missed on one of them too. Okay, getting that held down. Oh, the Nexus is in the red now. The bottom team really needs to push out this wave. They need to stack and push out. If the top team comes to the Nexus again, if the Zerg reaches the Nexus, it's lights out, because just one what's it called? One bile whatever is enough to kill the Nexus at this point. So yeah, no, they were fighting just outside the Nexus range. That was really unfortunate. And yeah, they couldn't push out, and here you go, here comes the blue army, and yeah, I think even the Banes would kill it, but yeah, there we go, the biles are down, and game 1 goes to GKitty. So yeah, that's it for me, and now we go back to the original cast. Have fun.
Okay, so we're loading up the game, guys. Game 2 of the GDSL winners final upper bracket. It's 1-0 to GrumpyKittens, and we're getting started to get loaded up into game number 2. And mirror on the wall. We have Terran mirrors on first 2 positions and a Zerg versus Zerg on third to wrap it up. Now we're going to see what the leaked investors have when facing the same race. And yeah, let's see, guys. Curious to see where the tech is, and will we see some gas? I don't think so. Okay, girls, you here?
Yes.
Okay, so the game has loaded up. It has started, and we're half a minute in. And we see tier 2 coming from the two Zergs, but nothing yet from the Terrans. It's bio across the field. And the armies are actually going to miss each other here. Triss opening full Reaper versus Nova's Marauder, more traditional Marauder. Yeah, a bit lucky here too, but no real damage done. The Reaper's gonna heal up. And let's see how the second Terran Mirror goes. And now they're not gonna miss each other. This is gonna be a full-on engagement. It's 4 Marauders and 3 Reapers aside. No upgrades from anybody here. It's of course close, but it looks like...
Imsux did have Stim at the beginning of this match. Battle.
Oh, okay. Didn't know this. Sorry. So Imsux takes the win with that Stim. And now we see Muda on nothing action. So Kachar is waiting. He decided to play reactionary ZVZ, which is good. But let's see how the Muda leak now affects the TVT. And no, the Mudas fly by, and there is no help for Nova from the Zerg leak. And now we see Triss here taking the victory because Nova added some Marines. So yeah, Reaper Marauder Marine loses to Reaper Marauder, and that's why he was... Oh, we see here Imsux dividing Jurzal's army a bit with one side Reaper, and yeah, taking the W there. And we see Temilian clearing the leak, and now we see Kachar with the Mudas as well. There is +1 armor on both. There is more Mudas for Temilian because Kachar also made some links.
Right now. So it is 2 versus... Oh, now it is 2 versus 2.
Oh, yeah, but we see here Nova. Oh, the Mudas. Curious to see how this pans out. So now the Marines and the Mudas will join the fray, and there's nothing to shoot up from Triss. And actually, this is going to be a victory and a Muda stack for the top team. And now the cannon will clear here. A good bomb last-ditch effort, but... yeah, there's nothing, no Marines here, so this actually should be a victory for Jurzal. And another Muda leak. So we see how it's Muda versus Muda, and then the Terran mirrors are lacking anti-air, and we see how devastating a Muda leak can be when none of the rest of the armies don't have any units shooting up going the Reaper Marauder route in their mirrors. So now we see Kachar adding Hydras here and Temilian staying on the Mudas. And we see a stack here, but also the armies are divided, so the Marauders from Triss died. There are no more Marines. Yeah, this is going to be a victory for the GrumpyKittens, who retake the lead. We see Imsux opting for these 3 lone sacrificial Reapers to divide Jurzal's army a bit, and it seems to be working so far. He will take this victory as well. And yeah, just continuing it. But now we see the Ravagers coming out. So now we're gonna see the Mercurial Ravager play, which can be amazing, but can also bring upon your downfall. And now we see here the Ravagers actually being so far back, they can't aid the Mudas with the Biles arriving to the battle just now. And yeah, dying and not being able to turn the lead. I mean, it's still very close, you know, it's a mirror matchup. It's also close, and the advantages... So we see here Jurzal will get practically a untouched wave, but you also have to take into account the income difference from GrumpyKittens having the middle income. It affects the mirrors so much. It's every mineral counts in direct strike in general, but in mirror matchups it's just... Okay, we'll see here Jurzal taking this. Curious, yeah. Imsux decided to go tier 2, and you can see the immediate effect it had, him losing the battle, and Jurzal now should know that his opponent actually is teching. We see the piles
wow.
on the mutas are brutal, and now we see the leaked investors will take out the mutas, even some piles landing on the hydras. But now let's see the piles, if they can do some damage to the bio, that would be devastating. But I think that the muta leak should be sufficient here for Nova to take this quite comfortably, and indeed he does. And now you see the massive amount of Marauders that are still alive, bearing down on the cannon. This could be cannon, guys. This is serious amount of Marauders. Yeah, they have +1, and the cannon goes down. Well, Imsux tier 2 gamble did not pay off, it would seem, and now let's see if this Liberator can turn the tide in any meaningful way, or will the leaked investors just snowball this to victory? So the Liberator did survive, but also like 10 mutas survived. So yeah, it's gonna stack here. Oh yeah, we see the bios coming down, and Temilian's muta count is still looking really healthy. The Liberator went down, and it's so close, guys. Let's see the biles. Can they damage the bio? Can they? No, there is no bile down. And now let's see this battle on the center. It looks like Nova has the edge here. Girls, you enjoying the game so far?
What a game, yes.
What do you think about the ZVZ?
I think there's probably some factors that nobody has seen coming. For example, the muta just went straight for the cannon. But then later on, Sux might have went T2 a little bit prematurely. I don't know. Maybe unless they're completely ready for late game. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we see the two Liberators now here doing massive damage to the Ravagers, but the mutas survive. They are strong, they are angry, and the Ravagers cannot shoot up except the biles, which the mutas are dancing around and dodging. And now let's see the mutas coming versus the Marines. This is a lot of mutas, man. Can the Marines win this? I don't think so. Now let's see where the mutas will go after they clean up the Marines. Will they go back? Yes, they do. So this is a devastating advantage now for leaked investors, who are marching on in this game too, guys. Really props to them in the mirror matchup. Just you see how the tier 2 decision from Imsux in that situation, he thought maybe he was more ahead than he was and he could afford it, but it ended up just snowballing down into a devastating situation that now in the mirror matchup they will have a tall order trying to come back from.
Yeah.
So let's see, the Nova's tier 2 just finished, so be curious to see what he follows this up with. Triss's tier 2 is also done, and he is starting on those Bio 2-2 upgrades, and is thinking about which mechanical units is he gonna support his Bio with, or is he just gonna continue going mass Bio and see how it goes. But we see the mutas just ruling the game now, because with the anti-air so low in the TVTs, the mutas, just a couple of mutas threw down the entire team. Do you think Kittens now maybe regret one of the Terrans not going mech here?
I don't think this game is over yet. I think
No, it's not over.
yeah.
It's not over by all.
I think they might have had a plan as to what they would do in case they get pushed over. Temilian definitely does like his mutas. Even when we've played with him in in-house games, he likes to mass mutas in ZVZ, and somehow he makes them work. So
yeah. I mean, mutas are, the strength of the muta comes from it being really cheap. So it's 75 minerals, which is, it has been, the cost has been buffed, lowered a couple of times in some patches. I don't know what the muta originally was, 100 I think it was 100 originally, but in the whole process of buffing Zerg and making it a viable race versus the heavier hitting mech options, the Muta got a cost reduction, and I think that was a fantastic choice. And it's really a core unit now, I'd say, because of its cost and the fact that it can do devastating damage early on when there may be not as many anti-air options available on the field, and we can see exactly that happening this game, where just the Muta leaks and the Reaper Marauder were...
There are 3 Ravagers that survived here, so let's see if that changes anything.
I don't think so. I think, well, a lot of you, yeah, but
Nova did add a Raven.
Yeah, but it's too and it's too much, and I think, I mean, it's definitely closer than it was before. And now let's see if Imsux. Oh, he's so heavy on the libs. Let's see now 3 Ravens and a Viking out from Jurzal and winning the battle on the ground. But now Jurzal is really low on his anti-liberator units, I'd say. And Imsux is actually not having a hard time anchoring on him. And as the game goes on, I can tell you it will hurt a lot, even this here. Now we have 5 Liberators here, 3 are shooting, 2 are Matrix, but now all 5 join the fray, and yeah, you can see the effect immediately.
Okay,
GrumpyKittens.
A stack here.
Yeah, they're gonna take this. The fungal goes down and the full wave. The corruptor is already going on the Raven. It's gonna go down, and the liberators are providing the DPS. Nova has no chance here, and it shows now. Let's see what and if any damage can be done to the cannon. No, the Jurzal's army is already here. Fungal, yep, it does go down, damaging those units, and yeah, let's see this battle unfold here. I mean, oh my god, Imsux doesn't have any anti-air. He barely has any anti-air, except the turrets. This could be a really interesting game now, because now I think everything will live here. Yeah, so it's a double stack on each side. Biles go down from Kachar, killing those mutas. Let's see the Biles from Temilian. Not as devastating looking, I'd say. Yeah, advantage to Kitties here for sure. Let's see how the continuation of this game goes on. But guys, keep an eye on the high Raven numbers that Jurzal is dishing out. And then you see Imsux being super heavy on Liberators, which is amazing for them in the phase where they were trying to stack. But now, if the battle point moves further back here, the lack of anti-air from Imsux and the heavy investment into 8 Liberators could maybe create a counter-stack situation here where Jurzal can actually stack with Temilian. Yeah, the bio battle is heavily into Imsux's favor, but look, all of the Ravens have survived and the Mutas catch them and now doing some damage to the Liberators. Let's see, the Ravens are on 30-ish energy. They're taking some damage. Yeah, some turrets go down, but yeah, Temilian just wasn't able to do enough damage to Kachar's ground army. We even see here Lurker doing devastating damage to the mostly Marauder army from Nova, and with some stacked Liberators and Ravens, this battle is of course going into the GrumpyKittens' favor, and we see here a mistake from Jurzal deploying all of these turrets. Oh, heavy anti-armor missiles on the PvP. I mean, it's the advantage is with Kitties. The cannon is still intact here, so let's see how this game continues on from here. It's a lot of forces from Kachar, the Biles are there, the Fungals. But yet, the cannon is still intact. And we see the first store coming out from Triss. will maintain the lead, and now the cannon could be in some danger. Now the cannon is in serious danger, guys. Let's see if Jurzal can do anything. It goes down, and Thor actually here does some damage to the Ravens before it gets matrixed out. But yeah, Jurzal is here. He's not out yet. He could maybe pull off some late game stacks here with the high Raven numbers he has. Keep an eye on that Jurzal arm. Even now, 6 Ravens stacked. Oh yeah, the anti-armor mutas get biled down, some turrets fall down, but Temilian's army is almost gone, and yeah, GrumpyKittens solidified their lead in game 2.
Oh, Jurzal managed to get all of his interference matrices off here.
It's against 6 Ravens stacking. And there's no anti-armor on the mutas here, but yeah, the biles from Kachar and mutas are just super crisp. Turrets do go down, but is it too little too late? Kachar's ultras are on the field. What do you think about some cell scenario here now? I'd say this game is quite firmly in GrumpyKittens' grip.
I don't think a cell would work at this point since their store is already out.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, let's see the amount of damage. The base is healthy, but it's taking here. This could be game, guys, here. This is game. This is game, and it's 2-0. Want to go ahead and announce game number 3, Monkey? Oh, or are you out?
I'm going to be eating during this game.
Okay, sorry.
No.
Dark White, do you want the honors?
I think Dark White has some background noise right now. So that's why we were excited to bring Thunder in to help you.
Okay, so I'm alone at the moment here. So while we wait for Thunder to come, I'm just gonna. We see Nova and Kachar going tier 2, and we see 2 gas coming out of the top teams. So the situation here is Kachar is going Zerg versus tier 2 versus the bio coming out of Temilian, and Imsux here is gassing as Terran versus Protoss. So what that indicates to me is that he'll probably opt for some tier 2 play here. And then we have tier 1 bio from Triss. So yeah, somewhat unusual start to game number 1 here. And Thunder now rejoined. Try to speak, Thunder. Yeah, we see some damage right away going on the cannon, which is down to half health, and we see here Nova going for Raven versus the Marauder Marine, which you would want versus Raven. It's the perfect combo. Some Marauders to kill the turrets, rest Marines to kill the Ravens, and then these 2 Reapers are not as needed, but yeah, they also do some damage to the turrets, I guess. So we have Pure Stalker from Jurzal now going to meet Imsux's angry bio army, and yeah, we see a leak from Imsux damaging Temilian's army, which is now going to be versus 6 Ravagers coming in to bile this. How are the Biles? Oh, 3 Biles not hitting the... Actually, the Biles weren't as great here from Kachar, surprisingly. So clutch with them. He will probably be able to take it. No, yes. Yeah, he will, but only one Ravager survives, and now Nova, yeah, not using the Raven spells and saving them for the battle. The first Liberator is out, the first 3 turrets are out, and yeah, the air is just, it's too early for the air to work.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, so welcome to the stream, Thunder. Glad you fixed your sound
Thanks
issue.
for having me. Yeah, for some reason my desktop Discord is not working, so I'm on the phone now.
Ah, okay. Did you get a chance to catch the beginning of this game? What happened? Do you know the matchups?
Yeah, I saw a bit of the first game, and I saw it was a full mirror on the second game. I didn't get to watch all of them, but it looks like it's 2-0 GKD, is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, it's 2-0 GrumpyKittens, and we see here in game number 3, Nova opting for tier 2 in the TVT, but Trish responding strong with a lot of Marines and Marauders, and we see already heavy damage on the cannon. Is it gonna go down? Yes, it will. So yeah, it's just not looking like it's Leaked Investors' day today. Just the Stalkers are getting DPS down by... So we see here the gas strategy not really hurting the Kitties as much. They were still able to do a lot of damage here. And yeah, Temilian is going to have to think about some tier 2. And yes, he does. He adds a Liberator now for next wave. But so far, quite a solid advantage for the Kitties, wouldn't you say?
Well, I can't chip in too much because I'm on a delay and I'm in the game, so
I know. I was kind of hoping one of the girls was here, but
I'm actually streaming for you, Thunder, on Discord.
Oh, you are? Oh, gotcha.
Oh, now, yeah, you can watch the game if you don't watch it on Twitch.
Gotcha. Yeah, man, I think Trisco and Bio versus the Protoss is strong because I mean that Zerg versus Terran matchup relies heavily on not having a huge stack against it, and I think even if there's a little stack, from the Protoss, I think that Zerg can clear out Terran pretty well. So I think GKD's got it down going Bio versus the PVT matchup.
Yeah, exactly.
And from what I saw in the second game, I mean, it seems like GKD's got their timings down well. I mean, they know what they're doing. I think Temilian did well at the ZVZ mirror matchup, but once they get that stack going, I don't know, they know what they're doing. So we'll have to see what leaked investors can do to stop that massive stack timing push.
Well, we see here Nova actually, I mean, he does have a Zerg leak, so in theory they have a play here. I mean, not in theory, they do have a play here. We'll just see how well they execute it and I guess how the Kitties, which unit the Kitties make to prevent the stack that they know is the leaked investors I wouldn't say only hope, but it's what they're playing for. It's Nova going tier 2, and if they are losing, then he can try and anchor on Kachar, and we see 3 gas from Kitties as well. Tris joining in with the gassing. They did open with 2 gas, so given the fact that the middle income is also in their favor, we can do a quick check on the army value. Where is your worker? Yeah, we can see already a 400 or 500 mineral difference in army value due to the gas and middle income discrepancy.
Is that Jurzal playing the Protoss?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, when you're pushed back, it's so tough as Protoss because all your DPSs and disruptors basically, and it's you got to hit like perfect shots on the Terran leak and then save some for your own wave. It's definitely a hard position to be in.
Well, the Protoss just needs to sit and continue at this point and wait for the Terran stack to come, I guess. It's not much you can do at this point. Pew Pew messaging me, I sound dead. I actually attended a wedding, guys, and came. It was 3-day long affair with a lot of the usual stuff you would associate with weddings, and I actually came home 1 hour before the game, and I had to drive for 4.5 hours, so I'm kind of tired. But I'm super excited, despite my voice being a bit down. I'm super excited for today's game, and I hope for some more competitive action, but we see here so far quite convincing display from the reigning champions, poised to make another grand final appearance.
So you had a few adult beverages at the wedding then?
Yeah, there were some adult beverages present, so somehow they ended up in my glass. Yeah,
that happens.
We are Slavic people who love to. We take weddings seriously, drinking wise. So we had to. We put on a strong display, I'd say. And actually, my girl was the maid. Yeah, we see here the game ending. It's 3-0. So they're ready. Let's punch it. So guys, we're getting ready to get loaded up into game number 4 in this winners bracket finals. It's currently 3-0 to GrumpyKittens, but we have somewhat of favorable raise distribution for leaked investors this game. So let's see if Nova playing Protoss can bring the heat and the blink to the GrumpyKitties and take game 4.
We'll have to pay attention to the Jurzal Triss matchup and see if Jurzal can balance the losing a little bit on the first few waves to get that P stat going. It's like you want to lose, but you don't want to lose too bad to Bio because then you get in trouble with the cannon. But I think they know what they're doing, so we'll have to watch that.
I think Jurzal's gonna go tier 2 here. But let's see if I am right or I am wrong. No, I'm just joking. They're going for the PT. Play standard with the Terran coming after the Protoss. And we see a T2 from Temilian. Standard, those roaches who will later become Ravagers are about to hit the field.
So it looks like Kachar was going T2 and then canceled, so looks like he's going to do a standard Ling opener.
Well, Temilian's tier 2 just finished, and we see Imsux starting his own. As he does realize he will be facing those Ravagers next wave, and the Biles who just do heavy damage. Okay, so now the game begins. Now the Lings are starting on the field. Yeah, a bit unfortunate for Nova. They're got the 6 or 7 Lings to go after the red shirt stalker who sacrifices himself so they can pull off a stack. Some stalkers do survive, and now let's see, it's the blink forward, and yes, Jurzal will be able to clean up Trist's bio army, and yeah, we see a Liberator already out for Imsux, so he will be, after making 10 Marines, he's going into that more sturdy mech play to overpower the Ravagers.
So it looks like Triss is actually trying to lose a bit versus Jurzal to maybe get Imsux to stack at the cannon. So we'll see if they recognize that and try to maybe push hard, if Leaked Investors tries to push hard and take out the cannon, or if they'll try to get that P stack going more. Like Nova got a good blink there and sucked in a lot of Lings backwards, which is good.
Yeah. So we should expect another Jurzal victory here. And indeed. So let's see if they can damage the cannon a bit. It's quite a bit of Marines. Temilian, Imsux is full back, so they do penetrate the shields and some damage already on the cannon. Let's see the Biles. The Biles are maybe not as good, but this is the waves I was talking about. The Zerg advantage here is so heavy that they can even afford a few bad Biles. Let's see if the Mutas can. No.
Yeah.
two Liberators, so they do, man. They do pay the price for the lousy Biles. But now let's see Nova's Blink versus this. Of course, those
kind of like to see Temilian maybe move his Ravagers up, because when you get the Mutas in there versus Terran and there's some bio, it's gonna kind of pin the Marines back where it's harder to bio them.
You mean Kachar?
If you space out, you can. Well, now so Temilian's Ravager Muta right now, and then Sux is heavy Marine with a couple libs.
Yeah.
So those Mutas kind of fly up and stop the Marines from advancing, and it's harder to bile.
Yeah, they can get biled. Yeah, exactly. Let's see how it goes now. The biles again, not the best from Temilian. The Mutas here will take this Liberator out, but the bio, as they didn't get bile down in time, bio does bio stuff and manages to DPS down the Ravagers, and now we see Nova clearing out Imsux Wave, and this could be a strong stack potential here. So we see Auto Blink now, dodging those biles, and oh good, nice.
Got a good hit there.
But will it be enough? I don't think so. Here is 11 Stalkers entering the field, and now a bit of auto blink, a bit of blink back. It's gonna be close. Actually, Triss is looking quite strong here. Those Stalkers melting to the heavy Marauder numbers here, and Triss with the clutch play bringing the stack to a grinding halt, and yeah, bringing his team back in advantage, quote unquote. But in every game where there's Stalkers on Zerg, it's the advantage is he only aids the blink back. So Imsux would ideally want to win more convincingly than this to be able to do some damage to the Stalkers, because here it acts more as a food for the blink. And now we see again 11 Stalkers surviving.
Yeah, looks like
let's see what he
Jurzal got most of his bio to survive that at the cannon there, so I think he might have enough here to clear this.
Yeah, the Stalker's doing a lot of damage. No, it's gonna be close, and
well, maybe not.
Oh, Triss is playing his heart out here and is winning quite convincingly his mirror matchup versus Jurzal. It's just the Reaper Marauder is just so strong versus the heavy Marine numbers here. It's proving to be quite a
I'm sure
liability.
Temilian would like to get some more Banes in there, but it's so tough with the leak because they'll
Yeah.
just die to whatever's leaking.
Well, let's see if Kachar can maybe anchor some biles on the cannon here and take it out before Jurzal's army arrives. No, he goes for the army and he does manage to land some heavy shots here, and there's even Imsux's Liberator joining in. And now I think Triss here. Yeah, the Marines just it's a composition thing. So Marines. I mean, if you're gonna leave the Stalkers on auto blink, then you don't want Marines. You want Marines when the Stalkers blink in, and then Marines just DPS everything down. But if you're gonna leave the Stalkers on auto, then Jurzal should have been Reaper Marauder as well, and then they could actually win here. So yeah, the advantage on paper proving to be a kind of awkward affair. Game number 4 with Nova not being sure if he wants to blink forward or back. I think this is not going the way they planned, and it's all comes down to Jurzal's unit composition here. And yes, we see here Jurzal.
Yeah, I have to agree with Thunder there. I think Temilian probably practiced his Ravager a lot with just pure bio. I think his placement of the Muta was what shoot him in the foot for multiple waves.
Here, yep.
And I think the way he's got him kind of in the corner, that's great versus pure bio because the bio will kind of line up and you can get a nice, rapid fire bile volley. But the way Sux is set up, he's got some Marines in one corner and his libs are kind of more offset to the other side, and it's letting his libs engage the Ravagers while the Marines kind of just concave, clean up the mutas, and then finish off the Ravagers. So
you can just
I think Temilian should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
no, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just saying you can just tell that Temilian didn't practice versus this scenario. Like the placement is completely caught him off guard.
Yeah.
It looks like he is spreading out now, though, so I think that's a little bit better to kind of flatten out.
Yeah, now Chris has it. He does. It's just Kachar has been on point with damaging the forming PT stack with the biles, and yeah, again, I have to emphasize the difference in compositions with the Reaper Marauder having such an advantage versus heavy Marines in a TVT, and Triss being able to take those battles.
So we see Jurzal just sold off. It looks like he just finished T3 and he's got a bunch of libs, a bunch of Ravens, and a BC to tank. So we'll see if they can get that rolling.
The first store is already out from Imsux, and I mean, they can try here is perhaps the correct thing to do. I actually thought maybe they would try to begin with. It's also not a bad combination. It doesn't have to be a PT stack with bio. But yeah, we can see some libs do manage to stack here. So, and the anti-armor, the anti-air from Triss is only a handful of Marines, and we see the libs joining the mutas face Imsux's army, and let's see if the libs can do some damage here. They are shielded by the mutas here, so they can engage the Thors. They'll be able to kill pretty much everything here on the ground, but Imsux does have yeah, he did. He unsieged Jurzal. Unsiege. He was shooting the Thor, and then he unsieged and ate a couple of more shots. The Biles are trying to kill the Jurzal's Liberator. The mutas finish it off. Getting with the lips here. We do have actually Temilian's Ravager staying a bit back, and now they'll stack as well. And now we have a stack on our hands, guys. Let's see how this pans out.
Oh, Nova, looks like he got a couple good hits with those disruptor shots. There's so many mutas to clear, though. Those pesky mutas.
That is actually quite a stack they have now.
The shots, so Nova got 3 kills total out of the 3 disruptor shots. I think he's just waiting a little bit too long, I think, to shoot him.
He did manage to push over, though, at the 13-minute mark. Will they be able to keep this momentum, though?
What do you think about Triss going heavy Marine now? Looks like he's added quite a bit of Marines.
Yeah, it looks like he finally sold. I was gonna say that in the last wave is that I noticed he hardly had any Marines, and he kept all of his he kept all of his bio as is, which is what caused the stack to happen. But I'm not sure if it'll be enough to push it back. They did have middle for the first 13 minutes, so let's see how that works. But now with Nova having disruptors, it can be difficult for them to push it back. Jurzal does have that BC to tank for all those Marines.
Yeah, those Marines just sit and shoot that BC almost the whole time. And he's got +3 armor too, so it's gonna...
I think Leaked Investors did a really good job here pushing this back.
Absolutely. I don't see any anti-armor against those BCs yet. I don't know why.
Jurzal's Libs does manage to kill the Thors so that they can't stack either with the Zerg. Definitely an exciting matchup here.
Yeah, but actually, I don't know. The Thors are actually a correct choice here by Jurzal, because Triss has so many Marauders, and aside from the turrets, he has nothing on the ground. I mean, here he'll probably win because he has such an advantage, but he's...
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the Thor.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see...
Triss should use anti-armor, but he instead used Matrix.
Yeah, and the Battlecruiser survives, although it's very low.
Yeah, I think we can all speak from being on the playfield, though. When you're under a lot of pressure and stress, you don't respond the way you should sometimes.
Yeah, I think that probably just slipped through his mind.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Chris has actually decided not to go Thor. He's sticking to Marine and Viking here. And so maybe the mass Thor from Jurzal now is ends up being good. He's up to 4 Thors, and he no attack. Oh, a great hit by Jurzal.
Big hit there from Nova.
Yeah.
I have to agree with you, though. I'm not sure I agree with the Thors.
Yeah, this is an awkward angle here, and actually, yeah, the Taurus will live, but I think he should have made more BCs and the Liberators and just go for the throw there.
So
Looks
far,
like
they are
Temilian's starting
managing
to
to
add some more
be on their
Banes.
side, though. So let's see if they can. It is starting to look like.
Yeah, the age-old Zerg problem with mid to late game ZVT, where just so much Terran stuff, and you have to kill the Taurs and you have to kill the Libs, and it's the last units that die, and if you don't kill them, then it's a stack, and it's really bad. So this is heavy pressure on Temilian here now to... Actually, we see here Kachar breaking through with some heavy lurker play. And now let's see the Air Mech and Thor going after the versus the heavy bio. Yeah, I think it's...
Oh, what do you think about Nova going heavy Phoenix versus all those mutas? Do you think that's the right call?
No. I think he went for it because of Jurzal's air cell, but
Yeah, I think he made it to support the. I'm not sure he needed that many, to tank for them, but.
Yeah. I'd almost like to see. I mean, he could blink forward to cover a little bit, but I think maybe some more storms would have been better versus all the heavy muta.
yeah.
I mean, the mutas almost act like tanks, against stalkers. They just sit there and shoot them forever.
Even the Archons would be maybe a more solid choice, even though
I was gonna say from a while ago, I think Archons would have helped with all the mutas.
Well, I mean, now the Taurs are looking good because there's a leak of Thors, but it's just at the moment I think they needed to continue to press their advantage in the air, and given the fact that Triss was almost exclusively Marauder Reaper when Jurzal sold, and then kind of making Thor pulls it back, he gives the Marauder Reaper reason to exist, and Triss didn't sell his Marauder Reaper for Marines, so actually I don't think the Taurs were the call here. Yeah, now it's entering the phase of the game where the Thor numbers the kitties just...
Yep.
We sometimes say Thor them to death here, and this may be
I think this could be it right here.
Okay, guys, so we have the grand finalists. The first grand finalist spot being filled by GrumpyKittens.